Okay, this story is actually insane. TikTok is done. Done with resilient Jenkins, also known as Stephanie Jenkins, and the way she's been parenting her kids. And here's the shocking twist: her own mom may be gaining custody of her children. Yes, custody. And the evidence piling up against Stephanie, it's not rumors, not speculation, it's coming straight from her own content. Her own TikTok videos have become the receipts. Let's rewind a little, besties, because this part right here, it sets the stage for everything. For months now, people have been combing through Stephanie's TikTok history, almost like internet detectives piecing together a puzzle. And at first, I'll be honest, some of these clips might have looked like your everyday family content: kids playing, mom recording, little glimpses of daily life. Harmless, right? But then, the more people looked, the more unsettling it became. Beneath the surface of those smiling thumbnails was something so much darker. And here is where it hit hard. Stephanie has been exposing herself without even realizing it. In video after video, she's showing how she treats her eldest daughter, Addy, who is just 10 years old. 10. And instead of being allowed to be a child, Addy is shown being pushed into roles that are way too big for her. Through Stephanie's own posts, she documents a pattern of parentifying this little girl, making her take on responsibilities that are not hers, talking to her in ways that feel harsh, dismissive, sometimes downright cruel.
Trying so hard to help. Addy, no, you're not.
That shit genuinely made me like tear up and almost cry. I'm trying so hard to help. And for the people that call her like evil, a spoiled brat, mean, I want people to realize that's why grown ass women who are like fully frontal lobe developed get rage and snap when they're taking care of a screaming infant. Now imagine being like a 10-year-old doing that along with like all your other siblings who are also acting like kids and don't deserve to be lashed out at. But I hope people understand that's probably why that little girl acts the way she acts.
And the thing that sticks with me, these are not rare sleep ups. These are repeated moments. It is a theme. Addie isn't just being told to pitch in here and there, like a normal sibling might. No, she's being forced to step into the role of a parent, to step into shoes she should never have been asked to wear. And TikTok noticed. They started connecting the dots, calling out the red flags, and saying what so many of us were thinking: this isn't just content, this is evidence. Now, with Stephanie's own mother stepping in and reportedly pushing for custody, these resurfaced videos might be the very proof needed to show why these kids desperately, urgently need saving. One of the most telling clips shows Stephanie in the kitchen with Addy, and you guys, this one's really got me. Picture it: your 10-year-old is trying to help make a meal, doing what any little kid would do to feel useful, to feel included, and instead of hearing, "Good job, honey," or "Thank you for helping," she gets backed at. Stephanie's words are sharp, the tone is biting.
Girl, this Hell's Kitchen. Get it up. Get it straight.
It wasn't a simple correction, it was scolding. And Addie's reaction, honestly heartbreaking. Her big eyes go wide, completely frozen with fear, like she's already bracing for something worse. That one look alone told the internet everything: that the little girl has already been through way too much. And that fear did not come from nowhere. And then there's another video, and I swear this one is the one that made people stop and rewind. It wasn't even meant to be heard. Stephanie forgot to cover the raw audio with a voiceover. You hear her asking about a clicking sound. It's such a small thing, right? But Addie, clearly terrified, doesn't want to admit it was her. She hesitates, and then Stephanie just snaps. Her voice raises, she curses, she spits out, demanding her daughter use her voice, and you can hear the rage behind it. Rage that feels so out of place for such a tiny issue. Like, who reacts like that to a small noise?
She just keep going too. I don't even know what you're complaining about. I did all them dishes before bed last night, and there's like 10 to do.
Still too much. 10's not that much.
I'm shutting the door, and you're dealing with your stuff now. No, you're not gonna do her chore. That stuff just makes me so, like, I don't know. I get it why my parents just lost patience with me so often, because that's the kind of stuff that my mom would have just backhanded me. No arguing allowed, just backhanded. And like, I'm just sitting there like, I'm not about to do that to my child, but like, what is this? What is this, like, arguing back and forth? Like, who cares that you're the parent? I don't care. Preteens, bro. I'm telling you, I cannot wait for school to start, and I've never said that in my life.
People realized this wasn't just one bad day. This was a window into how Addy is spoken to regularly. And that is what shook people, because if this is what got posted, imagine what didn't. And if that wasn't enough, there is also a live stream that made people's jaws drop. Right there, live, Stephanie scolds Addy, curses at her, humiliates her, all because she wasn't carrying the baby. And you can literally hear Addy's voice break. It's the sound of a child completely defeated, distraught. She doesn't sound like a little girl anymore. She sounds like an adult who is failing some impossible responsibility. And that moment confirmed it for so many viewers. Addy isn't living as a child in her home. She's living as the unpaid, unappreciated caretaker, the one who has to hold everything together while her mom films content.
I wasn't planning on making a video tonight about anything, to be honest with you, but something really interesting just happened on Facebook. Miss Stephanie Thompson, aka Jenkins, Mom of the Year in her delusional mind, and posted a video and then quickly deleted that video, because in that video she was cussing at her children. And I think that this is the first video where we have a real glimpse into the true Stephanie Thompson. Now, I'm not saying that there's not days that you turn around and maybe say something that you don't mean, but why would you post that on the internet? That doesn't make any sense to me.
And if you thought that was bad, oh, besties, buckle up, because it gets so much worse. Addy isn't just scolded. She has been forced into a role that no 10-year-old should ever know. I'm talking about her being the default parent, the one holding the baby, cuddling her siblings, pushing strollers in public, soothing crying toddlers over and over again. In video after video, picture after picture, she's the consistent mother figure, while Stephanie stands beside the camera, behind the camera. Stephanie presents these moments like they're cute snapshots, but when you actually stop and look deeper, it hits you. This isn't sweet. This is neglect disguised as content. And even now, with a new baby in the family, the cycle hasn't stopped. It's only gotten heavier. Addy is still the one consistently babysitting. Drew, Stephanie's partner, is focused on gaming. Stephanie is focused on content creation, and Addy, she's left to be the mother figure. Let that sink in. TikTok users pointed out something chilling. Addy has done more actual mothering than Stephanie herself. One of the saddest examples, a day at the park. Picture the scene. Kids swinging, laughing, running around, but Addy, she's there struggling with Atlas in her arms, trying to maneuver him into a baby swing. She gently pushes him, and that becomes her whole park experience. She's not on the swings, she's not laughing, she's working. And Stephanie, she's filming from a distance, almost proud, almost showing it off. And that is what made people stop and ask, if she's comfortable enough to share this publicly, what is happening when no one's watching? What is happening when the camera goes off? And the thing is, this isn't just some one-off moment. It is a repeated, relentless pattern. Addy is seen again and again caring for her toddler brother, and now also the newborn babysitter. And after everything she does, she still gets shouted at, still scolded. Even Drew got caught on a Twitch And then there's another clip that still stings every time it's mentioned. Stephanie actually cussed at Addy for not babysitting baby Manova. She threatened her with extra chores instead. And Addy, this sweet 10-year-old, pleaded with her mom, insisting she really had been trying to help, but Stephanie did not care. She kept cursing, she kept scolding. She made her daughter feel like she was failing at a job she should never have been doing in the first place. You guys, this is devastating. The weight on Addie's shoulders is unthinkable. She's a child. She should be running around, playing with toys, making friends, enjoying her childhood. Instead, she's raising her siblings. She's paying the price for her parents' endless choices to keep having kids without stepping up to parent them. This has been going on for years, which makes people believe Addy probably even had to help raise Bella, her younger sister. The pattern is too clear. Every time there is a new sibling, Addy becomes the mother figure, and TikTok is screaming now, free Addy. And as if that wasn't enough, Stephanie even pulled Addy into promoting questionable content. In one clip, she filmed Addy drinking kitty juice and giving a thumbs up like it was a normal brand collaboration. But people saw it for what it was: exploitation. A child being used to sell something, dragged into adult territory she doesn't belong in. And the toll on Addy is visible. Commenters pointed out the dark circles under her eyes. She looked exhausted. She probably doesn't get enough sleep. She likely doesn't get time to herself. Even when the family is staying in motels, Addy is always on duty, always the standing mom, and that is heartbreaking. She isn't living the carefree days of childhood. She's living the drained, stressful life of an overworked parent. Meanwhile, Bella, the middle child, still has the wool of childhood innocence over her eyes. She's lighthearted, playful, and unaware of just how much Addy is carrying. But Addy, she's had no choice but to grow up too fast. And it shows in her every expression, her every move. And then there is another jaw-dropping moment. Stephanie once posted about buying Addy a heating pad because of back pain. She claimed the pain was from school desks, but viewers quickly pointed out, what what about carrying children day after day? Adults get back pain from carrying babies. How much more strain would it cause a 10-year-old? And then, in that very video, Stephanie herself was lounging with the heating pad. Drew was filming, caught her using it, and she jumped, snapped it away, realizing she'd been caught. The hypocrisy was glaring. This entire situation is exactly why Stephanie's mother is trying to step in, and honestly, can you blame her? TikTok believes these resurfaced videos could help speed up CPS involvement, proving without a doubt that these kids need to be removed from Stephanie's care. And you guys, it's devastating to even think about. Addy was reportedly groomed by her biological father in the past, and now she's being neglected and mistreated by her own mother. This poor child cannot seem to escape the cycle of mistreatment, and that breaks my heart. Addy needs saving, Bella needs saving, Atlas and Manova need saving, but especially Addy because she's the one carrying the heaviest burden. Just imagine being 10 years old, already exhausted, already showing signs of emotional scars that could take years of therapy to even begin to heal. It's not just about bad parenting. This is a full-blown crisis. A child has been forced into a role she never chose, stripped of the very essence of what childhood is supposed to be. And when I sit with that, it makes me stop and really think, how many other kids are living this way? How many children are smiling in TikTok videos, looking like they're fine? But behind the scenes, they're silently carrying the weight of entire households. And if this is what Stephanie is comfortably posting online for everyone to see, what about the moments she doesn't show? What about the times the camera isn't rolling? That's the part that honestly gives me chills. So now we're left with one big question. Will Stephanie's mom succeed in gaining custody? Will Addy finally be free to live as a child, no longer forced to parent her siblings? Or will this cycle continue, hidden behind curated TikTok moments and live streams where people only catch glimpses of the truth? Honestly, I don't even know how to think anymore. It's one of the saddest stories I've seen unfold on TikTok, and the fact that so much of the evidence is self-posted right there on Stephanie's account, that's what makes it even more chilling. What do you guys think? Do you think these resurfaced videos prove Stephanie crossed the line? Or is TikTok being too harsh? Because I can't be the only one who sees all these red flags waving right in front of us.